Or if it's like one right next to you. I don't know. I feel like that looks cooler. Doesn't pass the Dave eye test.
This is some compelling television.
We're not live yet, are we? There you go. It's like a Jenga puzzle. How about just one? There you go. Yeah, I think it's, first of all, the My Cause My Cleats initiative. I think is just an awesome thing through the league. Gives us an opportunity to support charities and people and loved ones and causes that need attention, frankly, and need support. And I'm proud to represent the RYR One Foundation. They do a lot of great work with a lot of rare diseases, and my nephew, my buddy, has one of those, and former muscular dystrophy. He's a pretty rad guy. Just went to go. He's in town. It was his birthday yesterday, and we took him. Or I didn't go see it, but my wife and his family took him to see Wicked, which he was pretty fired up about. So here in town, which is really cool. They did a great job. But there's a lot of people out there that need our support, and I know a lot of our players are behind this initiative, and I think this is a really cool opportunity. So. I don't think I've ever worn Air Force Ones before, but Sunday will be the first time. And Dave said it'll make me look taller, so that's also a positive.
When it comes to encouraging your players to get active in the community or with passion projects that they have, how do you address that, or how do you encourage them?
Man, I mean, it's what a blessing that we have a platform that we can affect people positively, and that goes to the whole. I mean, it's the whole reason why we're here is. We want to affect our city and our state and all of our fans and everybody, really across the world. I mean, it's just that's why we do it. That's why you want to win games. You want to bring people together, and because we have this awesome platform and people can take advantage of it, that's a pretty awesome thing. So, and we have great people in the building to support all these initiatives and stuff, and all of our causes that our players support and they feel passionate about, and just think it's just awesome.
When you look at the film of the Jets, their record, I'm sure, does not indicate the talent that's on that roster, and Aaron Rodgers isn't having the best season. What can he still do as a playmaker?
I mean, we're playing Aaron Rodgers, man. I mean, this guy, I don't think you don't need to say anything else. He's got elite arm talent. I mean, he'd still be able to extend the play. He knows all the things that are about to happen before they happen. He's in complete control. So, that's the thought going into the whole thing.
What kind of work goes into the hard count stuff that he does this week for you?
It's a challenge. It's hard to time things up, and he varies things a good bit and has command of it. And he's been around. He knows all the tricks of the trade. So it's going to be hard to have sleight of hand and things like that. So if we feel like we have an opportunity, we'll try it. But we'll see. But he does a great job.
What's the challenge of their defense?
Man, they got really good players, which is a challenge. They got it at all three levels, and I think they play extremely hard. They're sound. They want to challenge you, so you got to go earn it, in how you play. So I know a few of those guys. I know our coaches know some of their coaches, so got a lot of respect for what they do.
What's unique about the way Quinn and Williams can affect a quarterback?
Well, we've talked about the interior defensive line, but he's just so disruptive, and it's hard to get those guys doubled all the time. And when you do some things to get multiple people in his direction, then you're adding some stress at other points too. So absolutely, you got to know where we have a plan for that. But it's just different ways when you're adding, taking away stress in the middle. It's a little more difficult to do, and it's a little more unconventional than just like adding chips or things like that on the edge.
What are you feeling about Coby Bryant winning NFC Defensive Player of the Week?
Yeah, it was great news. We didn't tell the team today, but we told the defense, and proud of him. And he's got a great mentality. He's obviously excited about it, but that was it's last week, and we'll look back next year and look back and be proud of it. Right now, we got work to do.
3-1 on the road, including 2 wins going east. What do you think's allowed you guys to find success on the road so far?
Well, I think, I mean, it's hard to say one thing. It's probably different week to week, but having a mentality and kind of a goal and a togetherness being on the road has helped. And our guys are locked in. I think all of our ops people kind of make it seamless for us to go on the road. And our guys know, what the challenge is each week. And, you got to go execute it. And we've done that 3 out of 4 times. So, but I mean, it's kind of the same story. It is at home, and obviously I wish our home record was better, but it's an opportunity. We have a great opportunity now to go, try to get another win and, further our position here down the stretch.
Putting Bradford on IR, is there any more clarity, I guess, to what his injury is or how is that the serious?
Yeah, I mean, he had a high ankle, and it was a pretty severe one. So we felt like it was the best thing for us and him to, give him the 4 weeks, and then hopefully he's back.
When you said earlier this week that you're going to take a long look at Laumea, is he competing to start, or is that going to be Christian?
I'd say that's accurate right now. So we're working through that. Those guys will split reps throughout the week, and we haven't decided about how the reps will work on Sunday yet.
What have you, just in general, assessing Christian when he has played this year? What you've kind of thought of how he's played?
Well, I think Christian's done a nice job, and this is not like hey, Christian can't go do the job. We just saw him go play really good football for us. In reliever duty for AB this past week, but Satala's a guy that we're really excited about as well, and so now there's an opportunity where he can gain some more reps throughout the week, and he's been kind of making some progress, and we're later in the year now, so let's see what he can do.
What's it like for a guy like him that hasn't been active for a game yet, this late into a season, now getting this opportunity and having a chance to work and ramp up and run with it a little bit?
I mean, it's not out of the ordinary from my perspective. I mean, this is just how we roll. It's like guys are, they earn opportunities in practice, and you should be confident that you've had all these reps that you're standing on, and we'll see how. Again, we're not sure how the reps are going to work out on Sunday, but when he's out there, let's go rock and roll, man. Go do all the things you've been doing in practice this whole time. So he should be really excited.
When you've done that with Coby Bryant and Cody White, Josh Jobe, guys who have impressed you in practice during playing time.
Yeah.
What are you looking at in those practices? What stands out, and especially when they're maybe scout team reps?
Yeah, I think there's a difference in when people say like making plays. People think of like you're making tackles or picks or whatever. It's just constantly doing the right things all the time. So it's taking the right footwork. It's how we're playing. It's how we're the A blocks, the B blocks, all the blocks that we're doing, all the slips, like how he handles them one-on-one, his energy, knowing his assignments. Obviously, you're looking at like the physical capabilities as well. So it's all those things together, and it's not to add any pressure or anything on anybody, but like this is the NFL. It's the highest level. You got to bring it every day. I think we do a great job of bringing competition to practice where you're going to sharpen each other if you have that mentality. So we're not just rolling the ball out there, and we're continuously trying to get better, and the best guys that are playing the best should get opportunities to play.
Mike, before the last couple of weeks, I think you guys are averaging almost 9 penalties a game. But in the last 2 weeks, I think it's 9 total. What has allowed you to play cleaner football? Is it playing together more, knowing the assignments more? What is
Yeah, I think it's all the above. Some couple tweaks we made at the bye about how we're operating, and I think that's helped. How we're coaching it throughout the week. We did a couple things at practice to there's anytime you're trying to find solutions to these things you don't know. So me, I'm a tinkerer, so we'll go. It's like my dad and his golf swing. You just got to go. Got to try stuff, man. And so some things work, some things don't, and then you just kind of build off of it. But the guys deserve a lot of credit too. I mean, really, they deserve all the credit. I mean, it was a point of emphasis. We've done it well enough for 2 games, but you're still chasing it. I mean, there's still plays on there where we had opportunities for maybe some explosive plays or keep drives going, and those are unforced errors. And those are the ones we're trying to eliminate. The cost of doing business stuff, to a certain extent, that's why the numbers kind of fluctuate back and forth. But you're looking at kind of the totality of the whole thing.
I think on Monday you used the phrase "ball finds energy."
Yeah.
You're talking about what does that mean?
Well, that's from Tom Crean, who's John Harbaugh's, I guess, brother-in-law, and great basketball coach, great guy, great human. But he had that saying about his basketball team. I thought it was really cool. You can imagine a basketball team, people moving without the ball and, playing for one another unselfishly, and the ball finds them if they play the right way. If it's just static and everybody's just staring around, standing around, then that's not good basketball. And football's the same way. If you play the right way, you play with energy, you play team football, you run to the rock, you block your tail off, you follow the runner down the field, finish in a dominant position, all those things. I don't know, there's just a spirit to it that, the ball should bounce your way more often than not.
What kind of challenges does Breece Hall present as a runner and pass catcher out of the backfield?
Well, we showed the guys today. I mean, he's got breakaway speed, and he runs with power, and he runs with how he runs some of their tracks is not unique, but just like kind of unique to his running style. So it's something that we have to do a great job preparing for throughout the week. But his run after the catch and his breakaway ability is dangerous. So again, it's anytime we play great players every week. You have a kind of a different plan of attack each week, but it's going to take all 11. We got to take great angles. We got to tackle sound. We got to get to the ball.
Coach, can you talk about the running back's role in getting the running game going? A lot of focus on the offensive line and blocking there, but about picking the right gaps and actually hitting it as designed versus improvising.
I just think, it's easy to say the run game is purely falls on the offensive line shoulders, which is not true. It's all 11. It's how we design it as coaches and how we call it. It's how we coach it up, and then it's how well we execute. It's all together, and it's the same thing on defense. It's easy to point fingers on guys that are in the proximity of the ball, but it's hard to know all the things that are going into it. So it's a team mentality. So I think anytime you're not in a spot that you want to be, if everyone has the approach of taking responsibility for their area and making sure that they're on point, then that's how you're going to grow. So, and those guys are the ones toting it. And we got great ones. So, but they're part of the equation too. They're part of the solution as well.
Who's the better golfer between you and your dad?
Unfortunately, he's probably beat me too many times, but right now he is. I've played like once this year.
You said this before about Tyrese Knight, like you're not a rookie anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point does that apply to your rooks? Like when do they?
When you see it. I mean, technically, it's your fourth game of your second year. That's the going rule. But you kind of know when you see it. But yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you can't be. I mean, we're in like the home stretch here. I mean, we need him at playing his best football and keep growing and keep doing the things he's doing. So it's really just a vote of confidence. Hey, man, let's go. You're one of us.
Applicable across Byron, Santawa, if he has to play Haynes too?
Yeah, it's a per person case basis. It's an art here. It's not like a science.
Who came up with fourth game of second year and why?
That's just from people that I've worked with. Makes sense. Can't give them too much credit. You got to let them make them earn it.
Sorry.
Oh,
Mike,
go ahead.
It's important for a defense to be physical. How important is it for an offense to be physical? Is there a certain physicality that needs to be there, the run game, the finishing?
Yeah,
game?
this is a violent, physical game. So our football team, in order to win football games, especially late in the year, you got to be a violent, physical team. So and that involves moving people against their will. I mean, it's just like some real stuff, and you got to be able to do that stuff. Offense, defense, special teams. So part of what makes the game so great.
On the flip side of guys like Josh, Coby, and Cody, you have guys like Derek, Trey. This is someone Ray, maybe to some extent. What do you learn about?
Who's the last one you said?
Ray Sean.
Okay.
Not full time no more because Cody's playing. What have you learned about some of those guys whose playing time has been reduced because of guys stepping in?
Man, we got awesome guys. We got awesome guys. I mean, again, anytime when your role is reduced or it's not exactly what you want, I mean, it's still a really significant role. And those guys are the ones that you mentioned. I mean, off the top of your head, they deserve a ton of credit, man. I mean, you watch Trey Brown play special teams for us. This guy talk about energy. This guy plays hard, and he's flying around and doing a lot of great things for us. And we got a lot of confidence for whenever his time shows up again, which it will at some point on defense, that he's going to be ready to rock. He's preparing his tail off. Ray being able to go down and play dime and nickel is not an easy thing to do. You know, coming off an injury, not having all those reps, and then go do it at a high level is it just makes the team better. So I'm proud of those guys and their mentality.
Along similar lines, I think Grubb had mentioned to us, like, Connor coming in and then immediately coming the guy had kind of perhaps a little fire, for lack of a better term, under Olu. And he kind of used that as a springboard for maybe why he's playing better than he was in, like, August or something. Did you sense that in Olu as well, and maybe why he's playing the way he is?
I can just speak to Olu's approach since the season, you know, really started, and since maybe it might have been maybe the catalyst behind it. I can't speak for him, but I know this: he put a lot of time and practices stacked on top of one another, where he became a guy that you had to notice. I mean, you had to take account for him. Unfortunately, he only put 5 guys out at a time, but it was that that was the sense of optimism when everything kind of went down a few weeks ago, where it was like, okay. Like, this guy's earned an opportunity. It's an unconventional way for the opportunity to come alive, but let's go.
When Michael Dickson punts kind of the way he did in that game, how much an advantage is that? I mean, I guess it's obvious, but when you feel it in a game like that, it's kind of a defensive struggle.
Well, field position is always really, really important, and when you play a team like the Cardinals that possess the ball and it's a low possession game, then be able to tilt field position becomes even more of a premium. So I thought he probably that was probably his best performance year to date, so he deserves a lot of credit on that front.
As someone who knows both guys, what do you think of the Harbaugh Bowl?
This is tough to get a lot of work done during that. I was watching in the background, but both teams are in a great position. They do great. I mean, I stand on both. I love both those guys.
George Fant, do you know if he has a chance to be back this season?
There's a chance, but we'll see right now.
What did you speak of the Harbaugh, the 4th and 1 call? What did you think when you saw that? The one deep in their own territory.
That was gutsy, man. I don't think we'd be making that right now.
What kind of workload do you expect for Chenna this week?
Today, I mean, this is a ramp portion, so today he'll be limited, and we'll go from there.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.